Good morning, guys. It is, I don't know what day anymore.
It's another day in the Pilbara.
Another day in the Pilbara. We've had a bit of a later start today. It's already 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We kind of just had a morning off of filming because we've already been filming for however many days straight.
Yeah.
So we take a break every now and then, and now we are on our way to Hamersley Gorge.
The last piece of the puzzle, really, for our
yes, this will be our last
exploration.
gorge walk in Karijini, and then we're actually going to be heading out of the Karijini National Park. So.
Yes, so we were having to think about it, and where we're going today is about an hour and a half from where we're camping. We'll spend the afternoon here checking out the gorge, and it didn't really make much sense to then drive an hour and a half back, essentially just to sleep, and then tomorrow we're staying in Coral Bay and heading straight back the same direction. So we're talking about it, and we kind of just thought, Bianca suggested, why don't we just see Hamersley, make our way towards Coral Bay, and then just stop somewhere on the road between overnight. Yeah,
so it kind of breaks up the drive, because it's about I think it's close to 8 hours drive from here to Coral Bay, or 7 or 8 hours. So
yeah.
Figured, yeah, instead of wasting all that precious fuel to drive back to Karijini, we'll just continue on because we're headed that way anyway. So.
Absolutely. So today will be the last leg of our Karijini journey.
Yes.
But then, yeah, Coral Bay soon to come afterwards.
And we're still enjoying the gorgeous weather. It's 31 degrees at the moment and blue skies. Gorgeous.
What a good day to explore a gorge, hey, in the gorgeous weather.
I think so. I'm impressed. That's the first time that he's actually used this pun the entire
I know, she had to like set me up for it. So I hope you guys liked that little bit of drone footage we just shot, because
potentially the last bit of drone footage we will shoot.
Bianca was flying and she's like, oh, the battery's getting a bit low, I better land it. All of a sudden I look out the window and see the drone just plummeting to the earth.
And before anyone, when I say low, it was at 15%, which is when it goes beep and says I need to land. And so we're like, okay, cool, we'll land straight away. Dropped to 2% from 15 to 2.
And then dropped out of the sky.
And then I'm pretty sure it's eject seated its own battery.
Yeah, if you can see the battery, it's really swollen, which is designed to do, but probably not that much.
Not that much. And this has actually come down a bit since we collected said drone.
Collected it from the shrubs.
It was like way too hot to touch before as well, which is super strange. And we're saying, because we've had a few that have puffed up a little bit and we've noticed when removing them, but this one is excessive.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it's the drone that's doing it to the batteries or the batteries that's upsetting it. So
I picked it up and like literally as it landed on the ground, I see like a battery go flying out one direction, the propellers flew off.
And like, I was saying to Dan, I was like, I can't even, like that's as far as it'll go in now. So it's definitely, I'm not going to push it because I don't want to explode a battery, but...
Yeah. So hopefully that was nice drone footage. The propellers we've just checked out, they're all broken except for one.
Yeah, we've got one intact. Oh, it's not even, I lied.
Okay, so you have no intact propeller. So I'm hoping I'll put the spare set in my camera bag. I've recently kind of changed my camera bags around, so it may or may not be in there. So that might have been the last bit of drone footage you guys get to enjoy for this trip. But anyway, these things happen and a bit of an experience for us.
The drone itself, I mean, this just dropped like 20 meters from the air into like rock.
I wish I was somehow filming it. Look at
I know. I said I wasn't even filming when it happened. I'd stopped recording on the drone, so we don't even get to see it plummeting. But it's actually it's covered in dust, but the gimbal seems to still be okay. Everything else is still alright. I'm very impressed with DJI's sturdy build. I'm just not impressed with their battery. Come here, I need to show you this. See? These two plates are converging and then the rising magma comes up and there's like this is like a fault line in volcanoes.
Yeah.
And then it creates, but that magma comes up and creates this crust.
accept it in front of my very eyes.
That's actually not as bad.
No. And with that, we have completed Hamersley Gorge, which is good to get that one ticked off the list as well. It's probably the quickest one to get in and out of. So if you're looking for a quick one to tick off the list, Hamersley is the one to go for.
Yes, unfortunately it is a bit of a trek from Karijini campground, but it is not that far from Tom Price in terms of like getting off the main road. So a nice easy one to do if you're just stopping by.
Yeah, so probably, which is why it was quite busy down there. We saw quite a lot of people meandering around, checking it out.
And you're supposed to go to the right. You go down and it takes you to like the bottom of a little waterfall. If you go to the right, it takes you up to Spa Pool, where there's like a lovely little nook.
Yeah, it's a bit of a waterfall, rock pool area at the end, or a bigger swimming zone, I suppose you'd call it. People are kind of chilling out on the rocks, and yeah, it's kind of like a chill out zone. Or if you go left, which is what we did first, thinking that was the correct way to go, you can kind of swim indefinitely through the gorge.
Still amazing and very picturesque. Got some cool photos, but it just kind of goes indefinitely, and we gave up after, I don't know, a few hundred meters or something. So yeah.
So with that, we have officially finished all our gorge adventures through Karijini.
We have gorged ourselves.
Oh, perfect. Well, the student has become the master in terms of puns. And so we're now heading out of Karijini for the last time. It's been an amazing few days we spent here really exploring those gorges. Karijini has well and truly delivered on what we were hoping to see and experience. To
be honest, it's going to take a while for it to all sink in. It's just, there's so much to take in up here, but stunning, absolutely stunning.
Absolutely. So yeah, making our way out, and we're heading through into Tom Price to fuel up both the D-Max and ourselves as well, because I've got a hankering for hot chips. It's been a while. Maybe a full meal. I think there's a chicken treat in Tom Price. Bianca has worked out, so that's where I'm heading to. And then we'll continue on to Coral Bay for the coastal adventure that's coming up next.
Yes, we're going to have a stopover overnight somewhere, and then tomorrow we'll be hitting those lovely white beaches.
Can't wait. Time. Been waiting a long time for this. Delicious chicken treat chips from Tom Price, from a little van.
Yeah, not even a shop, it's just like a permanently parked bloody caravan. We don't care.
Chicken finger? Want some?
No thanks.
You're lost. So we are still on the road. We've driven into the night searching for a place to stay on our way to Coral Bay and make that journey tomorrow a little bit quicker.
Yes.
Yeah, we've driven past a couple of options for places to stay.
Yeah, we had some really good options. We had one planned, and then I don't know if my brother was honestly thinking that this might be a good place to camp, or he's just pulled the greatest prank of all times. But he was like, oh, you should check out this place. I think there's a place you can camp down this road. And we checked it out, and fair enough, on the maps it did look like you could camp there, but it turned out to just be pretty much a soak hole in the middle of some station with a water tank that was fenced off.
So
in the middle of the bush.
Bianca got to do a bit of forward driving in the D-Max, which is good.
Some nighttime forward driving and bush bashing to get into this like overgrown place. Then decided it was too creepy.
Spectacular though. Do recommend.
It was cool. It would have been good, but I was like, nah, it just creeped me out. I felt like something was going to kill me.
Yeah, so I thought we'll get back on the road and find somewhere even closer, which means our drive tomorrow is going to be so quick and easy.
Yeah, so I mean, we could have driven like probably 20 minutes or maybe half an hour back the other way we came, but to like a place that we'd seen, but we were like, oh no, we may as well just keep moseying on.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly.
I mean, we're not tired. It's only 8:30 at night.
We've been taking turns at the driving, and I think I found somewhere on Wiki Camps. I'm not sure if you're able to see that
probably
or not.
Not with the lights.
But it kind of it cached a few areas from earlier, and there's a few little camping spots up there that we might be able to try, and we're getting pretty close to those now. Yeah, so we'll see where we end up.
We'll keep you updated. We don't know, but the beauty is, the very worst case scenario is we pull over on the side of the road somewhere and chuck the tent up. So
yeah, we don't need much.
Cruisy.
Don't need much to camp. So we've arrived at a little destination for tonight. I'm trying to keep my voice down because there's a few other happy travellers camped behind these bushes.
Yeah, so we found just like a little, I don't even know what you call it, it's just a random
like a
spot
stopover,
on the side of the road. It's nothing designated, it's just obviously a little clearing on the side that people camp at. So.
Yeah, so we found it using the Wiki Camps app on our phones, which is really, really handy, definitely.
Yeah, so many spots available between, like up north and between where we were going and like Karijini and Coral Bay, which is awesome. So.
Yeah, so really good.
Yeah, a bit further along than we wanted, well, no, not that we wanted to, but than we expected to be. But that's good. It means tomorrow there's less driving and
like
more
2 or
time
3
in Coral
hours
Bay.
and be in Coral Bay, which is awesome news. But in saying that, that pretty much wraps up the Karijini portion of this this
I know.
trip.
We said goodbye to Karijini today, and man, was it worth it though? Amazing.
Highlight of the trip? What was your favourite gorge?
My favourite gorge was probably Knox Gorge. I really liked the gnarly climb in, and it was really like, it was probably like the least touristy gorge of them all, as in like there were no handrails, there was nothing, like, you know, they chained off the end to say don't go past here, which is kind of common sense when you see it.
Kind of give you the authentic gorge experience.
Yeah, it was just like, and it was just incredible. The walls were so high, and like just to be walking through that, you're like, holy crap, like how are we even here? It's nuts. And then the view at the end was just,
I was going to say, it had that essential ingredient of any good gorge, is like a really spectacular sight at the end.
Yeah.
Definitely had that. And we got to see some bats. I've never seen bats in the wild before. So
that was
a fun experience.
Knox Gorge, wasn't it?
Just hanging out in the sunshine,
what about yours?
Which kind of breaks all the rules. I think for me it's probably Hancock Gorge because of Kermit's Pool at the end. That was the first real rock pool in, like, out of the sunlight that we got to experience, and maybe that's why it's a bit kind of special to me.
Yeah, no, Kermit's Pool was really beautiful.
Yeah. Anyway guys, we'll catch you in the morning when we head off to Coral Bay. I'm going to make a bit of dinner now. Got the kitchen pulled out on the side of the road here, or wherever the hell we are.
Yep, we don't even really know.
But yeah,
no reception.
Get some food, get some sleep, and then get up nice and early to head off to Coral Bay.
And it'll be Coral Bay, so we're saying goodbye to the red dust and
to white sandy beach.
Outback, and we're going to sandy beaches, so very different. I'm just looking forward to that shower, honest to God. That is, our car smells so bad. I can't even describe it. Just body odour.
Gonna need to book it in for a good detailer if anyone knows that.
I ain't doing that, nope. Like, oh no, I can't be bothered. I made that mess. I don't want to clean it up.
Anyway, thanks guys, and we'll catch you guys in the morning.
Honestly, I could just watch videos of you trying to climb through gorges all day. You're like an old man.